welcome to Variety Varnish. To those who are new here, hi, my name is Sheila and I make nail polish videos. So welcome to my 2021 New Year's video. Can you believe it? First of all, I want to greet everybody a very happy new year. I wish you all health, happiness, love, and prosperity for 2021. And always, can you believe it? We are here. We've made it, you guys. And so I'm so excited. It's always such a great start. I always get very excited for New Year's because I get to reset. I just get to reset everything in my life, I feel like, even though it's just a mindset, but it's a good mindset. And so, yeah, before I want to delve into my own video, I wanted to let you guys know that there is a big collaboration among friends of mine and other nail YouTubers that I really enjoy, both from the United States and from abroad. And it's called hashtag Top10 of 2020. So make sure you check that hashtag out. I was supposed to be part of this collaboration, but I had just been so busy coming up into the new year, and I actually worked New Year's Eve, and so I wasn't able to make it, but I really urge you guys to support these beautiful, talented ladies for this hashtag because they're going to be putting out some amazing videos. I think they already put it out from yesterday, and then some of them are also uploading today. And so that's that. Well, last year I made a New Year's video and I talked about my top 5 polishes and my goals for the year of 2020. So I'm gonna do something like that sort of, but I anticipate this is gonna be a much longer video because I also want to revisit, you know, how I did with my goals for 2020. This actually was an idea that came up because when I did my live with Josephine from Polish Talk, somebody actually asked me how I'm doing with my goals, and that really made me reflect. You know, I set out 3 goals for 2020 and I wanted to talk about that and how I'm doing with that and kind of grade myself, you know what I mean? And then the second part is I also want to talk about new goals that I have for 2021. I love goals. It's the Capricorn Sun, Virgo Moon in me. I really love setting some goals, some affirmations, especially in the new year. And then I also want to talk about my top 10 polishes for 2020. I couldn't reach 20. That's also another reason why I couldn't make it to the hashtag top 20 of 2020 because, you know, a lot of my friends, they have a hard time narrowing down. I have a hard time trying to fill that bucket in. I don't know why. I think it's probably because I didn't wear a lot of polishes. But yeah, I had a little bit of a hard time. So last year I only did 5, my top 5. This year I'm doing my top 10, and maybe next year I can get to 15 or even 21 because usually I think they do like the year. So, you know, last year for 2019 they did top 19 of 2019, then they did top 20 of 2020, and then I'm sure probably next year they're going to do top 21 of 2021. You know, here's hoping I can get to 2021 next year that I can wear enough polish where I could fill that bucket. But anyway, it's going to be a long video, so I have a feeling I'm going to be putting some timestamps down below in the description box. And so yeah, we are going to go ahead and get started. So at this point, I want to talk about the goals that I had set for myself for 2019. And I had, no, not 2019, 2020. And I had 3 goals. The first one was organization. And I have to tell you guys, I'm going to give myself an A+ on that because that's really basically what I did for 2020. I now have 4 Helmers. I have a couple of these racks in the back here. I think I have 3 or 2. No, I have 2. And then I actually made a spreadsheet of all the polishes that I have. And as I purchase them or I acquire them, I log them on into my spreadsheet. And I now have a running tally of, you know, the amount of polishes I have, all the polishes that I have, and stuff like that. So I'm very proud of myself for doing that, and that will actually be one of the videos that I have for January. So watch out for that. I wanted to show you my collection, my storage, my, you know, my spreadsheets and all that jazz. So that's very exciting for me. I'm so excited to share that with you. And so yeah, definitely an A++ on organization. The second goal I had was to do more nail art. Now I would give myself a B on this goal because I, in the middle of the year, actually stopped doing nail art. And then I think most especially when I had that polish talk with Joe, that I'm so thankful for that person who actually asked me about my goals, because it really like made me kind of just, it was just like a kind of like a slap, you know, in the face. No, it was really like, it jolted me back to reality. And it reminded me that this is what I really wanted to do, and this is what I set out to do. And so towards the end of 2020, I started really doing some nail art, and then I accumulated so much nail art like materials. And so yeah, that is definitely one goal that I would like to carry over to 2021. I would love to do more nail art and, like, you know, improve on that front. And then the third goal I had was budget. To set myself a budget to actually try to not buy so much polish. That was a complete fail. That is an F. Like, if I could give myself an F minus, that would be the grade I would get. So I started out, you know, I was like looking at I was watching my video for, you know, New Year's 2020, and I was like, oh, this is the year that I accumulated so much polishes. No, 2020, I just went completely bonkers. I now have 4 Helmers. I have roughly about 1,500 nail polishes, which is way too much. I mean, you know, I'm a collector. I do YouTube videos and I do Instagram, and so that kind of justifies it a little bit. But let's be real, this amount is not something I can consume in a lifetime. So I am gonna keep it that way. I have set myself a limit. I'm gonna only do 4 Helmers. That's it. And if I go over that, and if it starts to get full, I need to destash. I already have a destash page actually. It's at Variety Destash. I have a couple of things in there, but if they don't sell, I have to figure out a way to get them out of my house. And so that is my goal. Obviously, I need to stop buying, and I don't know that that is such a realistic goal for me, to be perfectly honest. So I'm gonna definitely work on that, where I could set myself a realistic goal where I don't fail so miserably, but at the same time, I don't feel awful about my buying habits. And so yeah, that is the state of my goals from 2020. Now I have set myself 3 new goals for 2021, and they really are more focused so much on my presence in social media and, you know, things like that, more than really my collection, which was more my focus for 2020. The very first thing that I really would like to work on for 2021 is consistency. Consistency in posting videos on YouTube, consistency in wearing nail polish and posting them on Instagram. The absurdity of the amount of nail polish I have, I really would like to at least switch out my nail polish every 2 days. And I know a lot of, I came into this mindset where, you know, part of wearing nail polish is the longevity of it. And so I really do enjoy wearing nail polish until like they literally peel on me. Like right now I'm still wearing my polish that I wore 2 days before New Year's Eve or something like that, and it's already New Year. So this is actually on my fingernails for a really long time now, but I need to switch it out tonight. But yeah, I just want to be able to put out a lot more content that is, you know, enjoyable to me and hopefully enjoyable to you and helpful to you guys. And so that's my one goal for 2021. The second goal is I would like to reach a good balance between independent brands and mainstream brands. I feel like 2020 was all indies for me. I was so buried and just, you know, absorbed in the beautiful world of indie nail polish and polish pickup that I totally neglected mainstream brands, which, you know, was my first love from the very beginning. And towards the end of the year, I started reusing my, you know, my SEs and my OPIs again, and it brought me so much joy. And so it's the experimentation that comes with, you know, wearing your basic creams that I really, really miss a lot. And so I would like to be able to reach a balance in terms of using indie nail polishes and mainstream nail polishes, and I hope I can achieve that for 2021. And then the third and last goal I have for 2021 is variety. When I started, you know, coming up with this concept of variety varnish, I didn't just, you know, make a variety varnish for nothing. I had something in my mind. I wanted to talk about anything and everything nail polish, and that means a variety of brands, a variety of, you know, ingredients, a variety of basically everything. And so part of this goal definitely is to you know, try to showcase as many brands as possible, try to try other polishes that, you know, usually aren't in the radar of Instagram or YouTube. And so that was also one of the things that I really, really enjoyed when I started collecting nail polishes, and I want to go back to that. So I want to be able to offer variety because I am, after all, variety varnish. And so I wanted to you know, from bargain brands to, you know, really expensive indie polishes apparently, because they're like sky high now. And I'm hoping I can also incorporate a couple of like, you know, higher end, you know, luxury nail polish brands. And so yeah, those are my 3 goals for 2021. Okay, so now to the exciting part. I'm going to show you my top 10 polishes of 2020. And I think I'm not going to put this in any particular order because they are also beautiful. Although I think my top one, which is the last polish I'm going to mention, is going to be my top one because I have just completely fallen in love with this polish. And I think it's like the undisputed top one for me of 2020. And so all the rest of them are not in any particular order, but my top one is my top one. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I have 2 Emily Damali polishes that made it to my top 10 this year. The first polish that made it is Trips Abroad, and this is this beautiful cheesy, like mac and cheese, yellow orange with some beautiful iridescent flakes on it. I wore this right around February when we went on vacation to Florida, and I actually brought a couple of polishes to kind of switch it out, like right in the middle of the trip, but this stayed on my nails for pretty much the whole entire trip. Obviously it was worse for wear towards the end, but this is an absolutely stunning polish. You guys know I love yellows if you have been following me for a while, and this is just absolutely beautiful. The longevity on this polish on me, actually on all Emily Damali polishes, is just phenomenal. And I really enjoyed wearing this. And so yeah, this is Emily Damali's Trips Abroad. The second Emily Damali that made it to my top 10 is Enjoy the Fall. And this is this beautiful sort of, I don't know, a lot of people might actually say that this is a prugly color, but this is just a beautiful olive green with these like pink shifting flakes in it. It is so beautiful. And at the time that this came out, nobody made anything like it, in my opinion. So this was like, for me, the OG. Now there are a couple of other polishes that are similar to this. I actually just got one from Polish Pickup, which is the Painted Polish Garbage Glow Up. I don't know if you guys can see, but I think this one's, you know, it's like very similar. This is the Garbage Glow Up. The other one is the Emily Damali. I don't know how they're going to translate to the nails just yet, but you know, there's a couple of other brands that already kind of created this type of polish. But Emily Damali's Enjoy the Fall is the OG for me. We did a triplet mani with Carolina from Gotta Love Polish and Mani Centric with this for Fab Fall Fridays 2020, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, those are the two Emily Damali's that made it to my top 10. So another polish that I really completely fell in love with this year is Painted Phalanges Selectively Social, and this is from PPU January 2020. I absolutely love everything about this polish. I love this very soft, very dainty shade of pink with these beautiful sort of silver blue pink shifting flakies in it. It reminds me so much of pink sand, and the formula on this one is a little bit on the plastery side, but I absolutely loved wearing this polish. I did not mind the formula one bit. It definitely is on the thicker side, and I do anticipate at one point in its existence I'm gonna put a little bit of you know, thinner in the bottle, but this is just, for me, one of my favorite pinks that I've ever worn, and this is Painted Phalanges Selectively Social. Now for 2020, I found my favorite peach, and this is the year where I actually kind of rekindled my love for peach, and it is because of this polish. This is Olive Ave Polish's Hyacinth. I have always been very averse to peach. It just doesn't go well with my very yellow skin tone, but this peach is so pretty on me. If you are a yellow undertoned, warm undertoned person and you're looking for that peach that might just work for you, try out Olive Ave Polish's Hyacinth. It is such a gorgeous sort of pinky orange, peachy coral. The formula on this is a little bit on the jelly side. It's not awful, but it's definitely a bit on the trickier side, especially compared to the rest of the Olive Ave polishes, which I have all the Olive Ave polishes, by the way. I do like collecting her things. I think Walker puts out one of the best like color stories in the industry like lately, and so yeah, but this shade of peach just works so well with my skin tone, and it's just so pretty, and it really gave me the courage to retry some peaches that were then offered like throughout the year, because you know, this collection, the spring collection, the floral collection, came out early in January. And so yeah, this is a pretty special polish for me, not just for 2020 but for, you know, all time, and this is Olive Ave Polish's Hyacinth. The next polish I want to talk about is Rogue Lacquer's Regal. Now Rogue Lacquer has got to be the brand for me for 2020 that has completely blown my socks off. I think Rogue Lacquer for 2020 just put out so many amazing polishes, especially through PPU Jawbreaker, the blue one with the red contrasting flakies. I think it's called Open Water, and her trios, and it's just Rogue Lacquer put out so many amazing things for 2020, you guys, and I do hope that I'm looking forward to seeing so much more for 2021 from Rogue. But this is what I wore for Christmas, and this is Rogue Lacquer's Regal from Polish Pickup November 2020, and this is a phenomenal polish, not just because it's so beautiful and it captured that Blake Lively dress from the Met Gala so beautifully, but because it applied so well. Literally, I took a shower Christmas Eve, my in-laws were on their way, and I had like 15 minutes to put something on, and I picked this and I put it on, and everything was flawless. It stayed in place. There was no running, there was no pulling, the cleanup was minimal. It was just amazing, and so I appreciated that so much from this polish. And so this is definitely going to be one of my go-to holiday polishes, just so easy and yet so beautiful. And this is Rogue Lacquer's Regal. A cream that I want to talk about is one of my favorite brands, or from one of my favorite brands of nail polish, and this is H&M's October Russet. I have been going gaga over oranges, especially around the fall of 2020, and this is an oldie but a goodie for me. I don't know what happened. I think I wore Susie Wears a Locksmith, or Susie Needs a Locksmith from OPI around the summertime, and it just kind of gave me the craving to wear something similar to it. And I remembered I had October Russet from H&M, and I wore it and it was so beautiful, and I just literally remembered how much I loved this polish. And so yeah, this was a star for me for 2020. And if you haven't tried H&M polishes, I have a whole drawer in my Helmer that I really want to also try to feature for 2021, because I know there aren't a lot of H&M swatches out there. But yeah, October Russet from H&M was such a beautiful orange. I was so pleased with it. The next polish I have is MJ Lacquer's Inspire, and this is a beautiful sort of like a grayish white crelly. I'm not so sure it's white to me, but it definitely has this little bit of a gray undertone in the white, and these flakies are just, oh my lord, it is so beautiful. MJ Lacquer has come out with so many beautiful things for the whole year of 2020 that I actually thought I should do like a top 5 at least of all my favorite MJ Lacquers, because they are just so phenomenal. But Inspire really holds a very, very special place in my heart. You guys know I love my whites, but this is just out of this world, you guys. It's just so beautiful. That beautiful grayish white base against these color shifting flakies in here that are not really sparse. They're just, I don't know what I can say. It's just so beautiful. This is really a very well done polish, very well done, very well made. And so yeah, I have a couple of other MJ Lacquers that really sort of competed with this, but because this was the first one that I thought was just completely phenomenal and, you know, blew my mind, this will definitely be a favorite, not just for 2020, but for a really, really long time. And this is MJ Lacquer's Inspire. I got 3 more left, and so the next polish that really made an impression on me is Ethereal Lacquer's Artemis. Now, my relationship with purple for 2020 has been quite bizarre. There were certain kinds of purples that I was completely drawn to, and then there were others where I was just like completely sort of purpled out with. And so I think towards the middle of 2020, the royal purples weren't really speaking to me, but these types of purples, the kind of warmer purples, just basically took my breath away. And I think the standout for 2020 when it comes to these types of purples is Ethereal Lacquer's Artemis. I also have a very fond memory of my friends Carolina from Gotta Love Polish and at Manicentric, where we stayed up, all three of us stayed up super late to try to get some HHC HHC overpours, and it turned out to be like such a disaster, and we were just so mad, but also we were like just laughing at each other for being ridiculous about overpours and how like this completely ruled our night. It was just so funny. But that was really a good memory that when I kind of sit and look back, I just literally chuckle and laugh at ourselves, and it was just really hilarious. But anyway, Ethereal Artemis is so beautiful. Ethereal Lacquer has an amazing formula. Her shimmers are the most pulido. You know what I mean? It's very clean, and it's not grainy. It's just, I think she makes one of the best shimmers. So happy to have Artemis. It definitely is one of her like standout creations for the year of 2020. And yeah, that's that, Ethereal Artemis. Okay, second to the last polish is by Danny Viana's Basilisk Scales. Now, I am kind of late in the game with Basilisk Scales because I think it came out in 2019 for Polish Pickup, and then it came back in Rewind for 2020, but I did actually purchase this on a D-stash before the Rewind ever happened. I was talked out of purchasing this by my husband, who for some reason, I think that every time he talks me out of purchasing something, I should just purchase it. Like, I should do the exact opposite. I love him to death, but like, I completely regretted not getting this polish, and now I know why. And it's the same exact thing as Quixotic's Absolute Monarch, but that's another story. But yeah, this is my perfect olive green, and I don't say that lightly. The olive green in this polish is just perfection. It is not like army olive green. It is this beautiful, perfect jelly formula. Like, it's not even jelly, it's because it's not sheer, but it's just that olive green shines through in this polish. And when I wore this, I was just, my goodness, this is perfection. Olive green in a bottle is just absolutely beautiful. And you guys know I've always been a fan of by Danny Viana, and I've always been such in awe of all her creations. Like, way back, if you followed me on my channel, this is probably her best polish on earth. Like, it's so beautiful. I cannot even tell you guys how much I love this polish. There is one disadvantage. It is a stainer. It's a bad stainer, but it is worth it. It is absolutely worth it. Put on 3 layers of base coat and put this, I love this one so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's so beautiful. So if you ever come across this on a D-stash, please pick it up. You won't regret it. And this is by Danny Viana's Basilisk Scales. And last but not the least is my top 1 polish for 2020. And I don't know if you guys are going to be surprised or not, but it's Polished for Days, Long Live the King. This is the only polish in my collection that has a backup that I am keeping. And that speaks a lot because I have a no backup rule. I don't ever keep backups. I have 4 Helmers worth of polishes that I need to swatch or wear, or both. And so I don't see any point of keeping a backup. But this has a backup. That's how much I love it. This was a gift from Carolina from Gotta Love Polish. I passed on this when it first came out, I believe again in 2019, because I was scared of it. Because look at it. It is super glowy. It's beautiful. I just didn't think I was able to pull it off because I was a novice then. And then I keep looking at swatches, and I'm like, man, this is really such a regret. And then I almost got it for an insane amount of money, and then I just like held myself back and I said, look, I'm not gonna get this polish for like $1 bajillion because I don't have that money to spend on a polish. And I don't know why Carolina decided to destash or gift me this polish, but I am so grateful for her, because as soon as I got it and I wore it, I probably would have made, or I would have paid double the amount of money that person asked for this polish, because it's that beautiful. It really is so beautiful. I love reds, but I also love reds with a twist. And this is not quite a red, not quite an orange. It definitely has that very like juicy quality to it. It's just so hard to describe. It's also very fiery. It's juicy but fiery at the same time. It's a stunning polish. I love it so much, to the point where I was like, I don't know how I can live without this polish. And so hence why I got myself a backup. And I also gifted this to my mother-in-law, who saw my nails when I wore this polish, and she was like, wow, that polish is beautiful. So yeah, this is definitely my favorite polish of 2020, and this is Polished for Days, Long Live the King. So that's it, you guys. Those are my goals for the new year for 2021, and my top 10 polishes for 2020. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for being here with me to chat about anything and everything nail polish. I do look forward to seeing you guys throughout the rest of 2021 and beyond. And comment down below what your goals are and what you're looking forward to for 2021, whether it's nail polish related or social media related or even personal goals. I would really love to know. I'm very interested. Maybe I can, set some other goals for myself as well. And I also would like to find out what your favorite polishes or polish, if you only have one, is or are for 2020. Maybe I have it, maybe I don't. Maybe it's an untried for me, so I could add that to my list of things to wear for 2021. And so yeah, thank you so much again for being here with me and spending some time with me, and I wish you all a happy new year, and I will catch you again in my next video. Bye!